Right now at noon, a judge enters a not guilty plea for the man accused in Madison's first homicide of 2019. And as Hurricane Dorian moves along the U.S. coastline, we're getting a closer look at the massive destruction it caused in the Bahamas.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. We start with breaking news into the Channel 3000 Alert Center. Wisconsin Senate Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald is considering a run for Congress. He issued a statement today saying that he is considering running for the 5th Congressional District that covers Milwaukee's northern and western suburbs and extends into rural Jefferson County. Yesterday, longtime Republican U.S. Representative Jim Sensenbrenner announced that he will not run for his 22nd term in that seat. Former Senator Leah Vukmir said that she is strongly considering a run for that position as well. And more breaking news, Public Health Madison and Dane County is urging residents to immediately stop using vape and e-cigarette products. As of today, there are 34 confirmed cases of Wisconsin residents hospitalized for severe lung disease and damage from vaping. Nationally, more than 200 cases are being investigated. Health officials say anyone who used vaping products and is experiencing unexplained shortness of breath, chest pain, coughing, or vomiting should talk to their health care provider. Let's head over now to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Dave Caulfield has a first alert look at your forecast.
Well, Mark, plenty of sunshine to greet us at the noon hour. A big change from yesterday as far as sky conditions go. As we take a look at visible cloud track, we can see some clouds off closer to the Mississippi River Valley, but most of south central Wisconsin is looking at plenty of sunshine. Quiet on Doppler track, but as we zoom out, we can see some storms to the north of us, briefly producing some severe weather closer to Superior. So we're watching those closely. I think they will stay well north of Madison, but a few showers can't be ruled out overnight into early Friday morning. Madison on the Edgewater Skycam looking at mostly sunny skies. A few of those fair weather cumulus clouds have developed. Temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s at the noon hour across southern Wisconsin. Day planner, we should see highs in the mid 70s with plenty of sunshine later this afternoon, but then skies will become mostly cloudy. A few showers can't be ruled out overnight. Temperatures falling into the upper 50s. We'll talk about what to expect for this weekend, including some cooler weather on the way for Sunday in your first alert forecast.
All right, see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Dave. Madison police have arrested a man described as Santa Claus who allegedly stabbed a stranger in downtown Madison last night. 63-year-old Barry Burtis of Columbus was arrested on a tentative charge of first-degree recklessly endangering safety. Police say a couple was walking along Williamson Street near McPike Park when a stranger stabbed the man in the shoulder with a 3-inch folding knife. They told police the man looked like Santa Claus and was wearing a bandana and dark clothing. Officers later found Burtis walking in McPike Park, saying that he smelled heavily of intoxicants, had blood on his fingers, and was carrying a soda bottle filled with alcohol. The victim received several stitches and was released from the hospital. New at noon, a not guilty plea has been entered on behalf of the man suspected in Madison's first homicide of 2019. 58-year-old Lou Jefferson stood moot in court today. The Chicago native faces first-degree intentional homicide charges for stabbing 30-year-old Amanda Woods in the Darbo neighborhood. According to a criminal complaint, Woods left a party to buy cigarettes at a gas station there. The two got into an argument over drugs. The woman who was raped by Stanford University swimmer Brock Turner is no longer anonymous. Survivor Chanel Miller is telling her story in a new book titled Know My Name. Miller was attacked after a fraternity party at Stanford. In an upcoming interview with 60 Minutes, she reads part of her powerful impact statement.
In newspapers, my name was unconscious, intoxicated woman. 10 syllables and nothing more than that. I had to force myself to relearn my real name, my identity, to relearn that this is not all that I am.
Turner, who could have been sentenced to 14 years in federal prison, got 6 months in county jail and served just 3. Miller's book, Know My Name, is scheduled to come out on September 24th. As people along the East Coast closely watch Dorian's movements, a massive rescue and relief effort is underway in the Bahamas. David Begg now traveled to hard-hit Abaco Island to get a first-hand look at the destruction from the ground.
Never ever seen anything like this.
This was just so far beyond anyone's imagination.
Shock and horror.
Everything you had. Everything's gone, everything.
While waiting to evacuate the island of Treasure Cay, locals told us their stories of surviving Hurricane Dorian.
The wind sounded like a huge tornado coming.
The roof went off. We had to run to another house.
The Red Cross says nearly half of the homes on the Abaco Islands and Grand Bahama are damaged or destroyed.
Are you trying to get out of here?
Nancy Albury was one of the dozens of people who showed up at the airport asking the various pilots who kept landing here if she could get a seat off the island. Her home was in a nearby community called Man-O-War. This is what it looks like now. She rode out the storm in her home.
The house had broken up around us. When we cracked the door open and there was nothing left.
We found Cynthia Gideon sitting with her 3 children on the roof of a building that had blown off during the storm.
What are you going to do tonight?
Nothing. I want to go Nassau, I don't know.
She didn't get out last night. The family was going to sleep on a slab of cement inside of a heavily damaged, abandoned home near the airport. Someone had given her and the kids bread and water bottles.
Oh my God, this is insane.
The airport is also serving as a meeting place for relatives and co-workers.
I'm just happy to see him.
When you see what's left of your home, what do you think?
We got to get out of here. We can't live here. Like, we got to go to somewhere safe, like in the States or somewhere where there's no hurricanes and no tornadoes.
It was a harrowing experience. It's difficult even to try to put it into words, but it was just unparalleled.
This is a humanitarian crisis that is emerging. People still need the basics: food, water, and any seat out of town that they can find. David Begnaud, CBS News, Nassau, Bahamas.
And the Red Cross is sending volunteers to help as Dorian moves along the U.S. coast. Yesterday, Ryan Clancy left from Mitchell International to help in South Carolina. 34 Wisconsin volunteers are now helping southeastern states. Facebook is looking to play matchmaker, officially launching its dating service. The service, called Dating, is launching in the U.S. more than a year after the social media giant first announced the feature. It allows anyone with a Facebook account who is 18 or older to set up a dating profile from within the Facebook mobile app. Users can decide to pull photos posted to Facebook and Instagram to their dating profile or keep the accounts separate. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Today's recipe might not inspire you to speak French, but it will have you saying, ooh la la. Stick around. You'll see what I mean. Bonjour, mesdames et messieurs. Je m'appelle Henri. Today, we're making crepes with a south-of-the-border twist. Since these aren't truly French, I guess I can take off the beret. Confused? It'll all make sense once I show you. The challenge of making traditional French crepe lies in the batter. It can be tricky to get the consistency just so. However, with the crepes we're making today, we don't have to worry about that. You see, rather than making the batter from scratch, we dip flour tortillas in a mixture of eggs, milk, sugar, cinnamon, and vanilla. Once they're moist, onto the griddle or skillet they go. We brown them on both sides, which just takes minutes. And unlike authentic crepes, every one of these will turn out picture perfect. After all the tortillas have been dipped and browned, we fill them with berries before rolling them up. Top them with a dollop of whipped cream and a bit of powdered sugar, and done. There you have it, a fancy-looking French crepe with a tasty shortcut twist. To get the recipe for what we call our shortcut fruit crepes, all you have to do is visit our website. You know, since they do look authentic, I think I'll wear the beret after all. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a raccourci, which in French means shortcut way, for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Recipe and a language lesson. Next at noon, a nice day with highs in the mid-70s, but there's a slight chance for thunderstorms tonight. Dave Caulfield has your first alert forecast next. Well, the stock market is starting to bounce back after news that the U.S. and China will start trade negotiations again, and a big jump in the August job growth. Diane King Hall has your Money Watch report.
Stocks rallied in early trade, extending yesterday's gains. Wall Street took comfort in news that the U.S. and China will return to the bargaining table for another round of trade talks. The development comes days after both countries slapped another round of tariffs on each other. The U.S. job market is also in focus today. According to payroll processor ADP, private employers added 195,000 jobs in August. That is the biggest jump in 4 months. Keep in mind the ADP report is looked to for clues to the government's monthly payrolls report, which is due tomorrow. A federal judge has approved CVS Health's nearly $70 billion takeover of Aetna. The Justice Department approved the merger last year on the condition that the company sell Aetna's Medicare drug business to preserve competition. CVS plans to offer expanded health services by the end of 2021. And today is National Cheese Pizza Day. The day honors the original slice, with several national and local chains offering deals to celebrate all things cheesy. Sales at the nation's roughly 77,000 pizza restaurants added up to more than $45 billion last year alone. Break it down, and about 350 slices of pizza are consumed every second in the U.S. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane King Hall.
Thank you, Diane. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials up 393 points. The NASDAQ up 114, and the S&P 500 up 35. Q106 Farm Director Pam Yaki out of the radio barn today, so here are your farm numbers. Dave's here now with a look at our forecast. Nice sunny day out there.
Yeah, it's really, really nice, especially compared to yesterday when those clouds just would not move. Finally, we get some mostly sunny skies to set up across southern Wisconsin. That's not the case everywhere across the great state of Wisconsin, though. We do have some storms well off to the north, briefly producing some severe weather closer to Superior earlier this morning and into the early afternoon. We do have some clouds moving into the Mississippi River Valley. We can see on Doppler track where those storms are right now. I do think that the current track that they are on, they'll possibly affect Green Bay, but really not going to see much action across southern Wisconsin from these. However, into the overnight hours and early tomorrow morning, there's an outside chance of maybe a quick shower, maybe a thunderstorm for some of us, but most of us, I think, will stay dry. That is not the case for those continuing to be affected by Hurricane Dorian, Category 2 storm, but still a very, very strong Category 2 storm. Briefly last night, went to Category 3. So this is still a major, major deal for a lot of folks along the southeastern coast right now. The storm very, very close to Charleston, South Carolina, right off the coast, battering North Carolina with some heavy rain right now and some very gusty winds. Storm surge is going to be a problem over the next couple of days. We could see a brief landfall in some portion of the Outer Banks of North Carolina as we head into tomorrow morning. After that, finally, this thing starts to pick up speed and move out into the northern Atlantic by the time we get to the start of next week. So, live look in Madison, a very different weather story as we take a look at the WISC-TV Skycam in Madison and in Edgewater and in Madison on the Edgewater Skycam. Maybe a few more clouds, but still, we'll call it mostly sunny. Temperatures in the upper 60s right now in Madison, 70 in Mineral Point and Lone Rock, and 72 in Boscobel. That's about 5 degrees warmer compared to yesterday. A lot of fives showing up there. That's fun. Numbers are fun. Dew points are in the lower 50s in Madison, so a little bit more humid as you might expect across southwestern Wisconsin, but still that air feeling very comfortable and pleasant outside. We'll be in the lower to middle 70s as we head into Friday and Saturday. A little bit unsettled at times this weekend. Not the entire weekend, not going to be a washout by any means, but especially as we head into Sunday, those clouds and rain chances will keep us a little bit cooler than normal, and we'll be back into the upper 70s, though, by the middle of next week. So summer not exactly done just yet, but it does look like more often than not, those temperatures are going to be cooler than average. So on future track, we notice the sunshine sticking around for really all of this afternoon. Highs should make it into the mid-70s. We'll be in the 60s as we head into the overnight hours with the chance of maybe a few blips on the radar, so a shower and storm can't be ruled out. But again, most of us will stay dry. We'll get that sunshine back by tomorrow afternoon. We'll call it partly sunny skies and highs in the mid-70s. And we'll be in the 50s to start off Saturday before getting into this weekend. And temperatures will stay in the 70s Saturday. We'll be in the upper 60s Sunday, so cooler with those rain chances returning. Could have a few thunderstorms Monday night and on Tuesday. Those temps back into the 70s. We're actually closer to 80 degrees for Tuesday and Wednesday. We lose those rain chances as we head into Wednesday of next week.
So the Badger home opener should be good on Saturday?
Yeah, I think so. I think any rain chances will arrive much later than that game.
Okay, good news. Thank you, Dave. Up next at noon, Marissa DeGroot is here from the Dane County Humane Society with Banks, a Pit Bull Terrier mix. Stay with us. Marissa DeGroot from the Dane County Humane Society is here. Welcome to you, Marissa.
Hi.
And who do we have here today?
This big handsome guy is Banks, and he is some sort of Pit Bull Terrier mix, and definitely on that younger end, so maybe 1.5 to 3 years old.
Quite a bit of energy.
Yes, and that means, yeah, he is a high energy guy, very smart, but probably looking for a home and a family that can help him maybe learn a few more manners.
Yeah, it's sort of a sheltered life, as it were.
Yep, he was found stray, and actually stray with another dog, so we do know that he does get along with other pups, though you do want to do a nice slow introduction for Mr. Banks here. But as you can see, very treat motivated, so I have so many high hopes that if you get him into a training class or if you want to do a lot of training with him, he's going to learn quickly because he just loves those treats.
He has got a great face, great personality.
Hi, baby.
Where's your toy?
Yeah. There we go.
It's a little mouthy.
Yeah, like again, he's a little bit rude sometimes, but that's because he just gets so excited and he absolutely loves people that sometimes he forgets that we're not dogs. They're here to play with him. But yeah, he's gonna learn so much so quickly because he already has a great sit. And touch, yeah.
Oh, good boy.
Yeah, he's already learning so much. But you may not see Banks back in his kennel because he is actually one of those guys that's hanging out with us in our offices. So all you have to do is ask for this guy.
And you're going to have a lot of activity there the next few days.
We really are. So we were able to help out some local shelters and some shelters down south and bring in quite a few cats and dogs and kittens into the shelters. So if you're looking to bring in, you know, a fur baby to your family, definitely take a look right now, but be patient with us because it is probably going to be a very busy weekend.
So you should probably call and make an appointment.
You can call ahead and see, and we can let you know what our wait times are looking like. But I mean, when it's busy at the shelter, it can be a little frustrating, we know, but it means that a lot of great animals are finding homes.
That's a good thing to be.
Yeah, it's a good thing to happen, even though we know that can be a little frustrating.
All right, last week?
Last week we had Miss Foxy with us, and she did find a great home.
Well, that's good.
We were so excited for her.
She's a great dog, too. All right, let's get Banks a home. Throw in a bag of treats, I think.
Yeah, we can throw in a couple of those.
He likes his toys, that's for sure. All right, for information on Banks and all the animals available, go to the website giveshelter.org. 838-0413 is the number to call. Marissa, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend. Let's head it back over today. One final check of the forecast.
I think a lot of us want to bank this sunshine this afternoon because of the clouds that we saw yesterday, but really, really nice as we head into the rest of the afternoon. We stay mostly sunny and pleasant with highs in the mid-70s. 10-day forecast showing a slight chance of a shower and storm overnight into early tomorrow morning. We're in the mid-70s Friday and Saturday. I think we're looking good for the Badger game, but then late on Saturday into Sunday, some rain showers possible. Cooler Sunday with temps in the 60s.
All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4. Have a great afternoon.